Hey everyone, today we're proud to announce the Gen 4 version of Top Shelf Drums. This is a free update for all current owners featuring an optimized playback engine, more efficient library size, and the highly requested addition of WAV files of all the drums. So I'm going to play through some of my favorite kits, and then we'll get into how to use them for all the provided platforms. So guitar player about to play drums, here we go. Alright, so now that we've heard what these sound like, let's talk about what's new. So first off, these samples themselves are exactly the same. We've just optimized the way they're played back within the sampler for a more natural sound. All the demos in this video and on the website have no post-processing of any kind, so when you load up a kit, this is exactly how it'll sound for you. Now, the second change you'll notice is the library size is significantly smaller than previous generations, and this was accomplished in two ways. First off, we've added support for the Perfect Drums plugin. If you're not aware, that plugin has been discontinued, so removing those versions immediately cut the file size in half. Next, we trimmed some of the fat with the new trigger versions, so if we open that folder, you'll see it's a lot cleaner and easier to navigate. We've got the unprocessed version of the drum labeled Close Raw, the processed version labeled Close Mix, and then the overhead and room versions. The room sample and trigger is the same as room B and Kontakt, which is the full-length unprocessed sample. We didn't include the room A or crush because those are just processed versions of room B, and a trigger workflow lends itself more to doing your own processing. We also didn't include the verb prints, as you'll get significantly better results running them through our new reverb plugin, Sigma Verb, which is currently available as a free demo on our website. Check it out. And saving the best for last, we now include WAV files of all the drum shells. This has been our #1 requested feature over the years, so if you go to the new WAV folder, you see there are samples of every drum hit in order of velocity from hardest to softest. And just like with the trigger versions, we omitted the room A, crush, and verb samples for the same previously stated reasons. So to close out the video, I want to go over the best way to load these in Kontakt and also getting Multi Out working correctly, as we get a lot of questions about that. So first, for loading, the quickest way to do this is to open the file header, click load, navigate to where you have the drum saved, and then double click an NKI instrument to load a single drum, or an NKM multi to load an entire kit. If you want to load a multi of the drums followed by a multi of the cymbals, you want to make sure in your options tab under loading that the merge new multi with the existing one is enabled. Otherwise, it'll just overwrite what you currently have loaded. Now onto the slightly more complex topic of getting Multi Out working. The first thing you want to do is make sure your Kontakt is set up for multiple stereo outs. You can check this by looking in the outputs available in the dropdown of your DAW. You should see a bunch of available stereo outputs. If you don't see this and see a bunch of ones that say Kontakt unassigned, then Multi Out is not going to work correctly. So what you want to do is go to View, Outputs, click the Presets and Batch Configuration button, go to the Factory category, and select Stereo 32X No Auxes. Click it. Reopen the Presets and Batch Configuration button and select the Save Current Output Section State as default for all formats. Then close and reopen Kontakt, and you should see that all the outputs are now available to you. And if you load a kit, you'll see under each fader, you now have the ability to route things wherever you want. Now, to get these to show up as channels in your DAW, you need to come back to the dropdown and make sure that they're actually enabled. And then once you do that, you'll be able to work with them just like any other audio track. Then if you want to make a custom output preset for TSD, you can start labeling these outputs and then save it as a preset, which I've done here. And then you'll be able to load that preset anytime you want. Click the exclamation point to refresh the output map for Kontakt, and then you'll have all of your labeled outputs available for you to route things however you want. And I think that's about it. As I said, this is a free update for all current owners. Simply log into your account and re-download your previous purchases. If you have any questions, leave me a comment or hit up our customer service. And I hope you guys enjoy using the Gen 4 version of Top Shelf Drums. See ya.